Alright. In the bottom right position of Frozen Temple, playing as the green again, it is Guru. Can he come back? Or is this guy in the top left position playing as the red, again going for the same strategy as always? Is this guy gonna close it out with his Bly? Okay, so Guru tries to go for the hatchery first. This is definitely gonna be a quick one again. So, but as already said, you can kind of wall here if you get the creep out fast enough, quick enough to that point. It is gonna go here anyhow. So we're gonna see though how the timings work out. If the creep connects to that point and he can form a wall if he wants or decides to go for that, or if he simply goes for some spine crawler in his main again after sacrificing the low ground expansion. I mean, by now he should know that Bly is always going for, or tends to go quite heavily on this style. And to be honest, he's very good with it. His control is extremely solid. Goes for another Baneling Nest, as he didn't pull out of gas. 2 drones to get a Rinsel, a little bit more gas there. Okay, so again the circumvent, but there is one Overlord scouting in this direction for Guru, so he may be able to catch those. We're gonna see though, Bly is really circumventing quite far away and actually is gonna bypass the Overlord. Very nicely done there from him. So he has the opportunity to morph them into Banelings over here, close to Guru's base. Rather close, and well, yeah, send them in offensively if he wants to. He also can just pool some links, but as I say, that 3 Banelings at least are coming up here. Guru tries to defend with their own Baneling Nest. No Spinecrawler, no wall. Okay. Let's see though, he is up by 6 drones, and he is gonna have 2 queens. But the links are coming, the Banelings are already there, the queens get into position actually on the ramp. Nicely done there for Guru, but now as he sees all these links and Banelings for his opponent, what's he gonna do? He has to target the Banelings there with the queens, but he still has no transfuses and the one... Oh my god, this was a misclick, right? All the Banelings blew up for 1 queen? No, you can't say that that was... No, you can't tell me that that was the intention for Bly there. The aggression ends now with this move, and well, yeah, he threw away his lead there in army. He did explode like 6 Banelings on a queen which was almost dead. This was a huge misclick. And now he has, yeah, well, Guru has the chance to stabilize. He shouldn't lose out links like that though. But he has his own Banelings in position. He's gonna have a Spinecrawler on the low ground. He has another queen in position over here, and the Baneling simply covering the queen very nicely. And Bly has to do something, so he goes into an evolution chamber, and most likely this Overlord is gonna be a drop Overlord a little bit later on. I'm gonna see though if he can find damage with that. So far not really doing too well for himself, so let's have a look at the units lost. There are 6 drones being lost, and both players actually are transitioning into drones, but I mean, Guru has the production, the superior production with an extra hatchery, as well as the extra economy he gets out of this. This base is fully exaggerated. For Bly this is over-exaggerated, so what are you gonna do? Guru has the economy lead here, definitely. He is up by 2 drones only, but let's see if Bly can change that. 3 Banelings and a drop Overlord. Slow Overlord though, so he has to walk in, and Guru has enough time to react if he reacts. Let's see. Oh, he sends an Overlord even in the direction, so he kind of star senses that two links try to pressure the front to get the message of no pull on the drones, and nice trade there so far, but one Baneling short. He could have got all these drones. Just if he would have had 4 Banelings and not 3, this would have been the best hit ever. So he just evens this out. He's gonna lose the drop overload though, eventually, to the queens. And he still is a little bit behind actually. Well, if he would have had 4 Banelings there, he would have definitely been in a lead. Now he's kind of even slightly behind. And let's see though how both players are gonna transition. Okay, Roach Warren for Bly again. And on Guru's side of things we got the Spire. The drop overload was killed, and there's no overload speed, so Guru should feel rather safe from drops so far. Still though, he is pulling up some units into his into a position for a drop overload, potentially. Even the Queen committing up there. And he goes for a scout with an Overseer, so if he could have, well, if he would have scouted the Roach Warren and the lack of lair, he would feel much more safe. But let's see. Okay, another 4 Banelings morphing over here. No overload speed, no drop overload though. So if he wants to drop those 4 Banelings, the overlord would have to come over first, and still there are units in position. But yeah. Let's see though how this goes. Guru did see the roaches obviously with his overseer and overlords, so he knows where he's at. Okay, Banelings try to walk into the front and actually get all 3 Spinecrawlers, so there's no Spinecrawler now. A blunder there actually from Guru, not unrooting them in time. Very nice done there from Bly. Just busts down the Spinecrawler wall, and now suddenly this looks, well, very grim for Guru. He has to get out the Mutalisks. Now they hedge. So he has to kill this army fast enough. That's his goal now. With the Mutalisks. He can't take too much damage. Bly committing to some drones over here. Tries to get them low on health. Very nice Baneling hits there on the drones. And the Mutalisks, they can't clear this army fast enough. Bly is still committing to more units only. He isn't really committing to any defense versus the Mutalisks so far. He looks to deal more damage with the Lynx and Banelings, but let's see if he can do that, if he can finish and close out the game with this Link flood coming over, but I don't know about that. You've been seen, brother. Oh, and some very nice Baneling detonations, but didn't really get the drone there. He just gets some lava. This is fair enough though. Lava is still very important at this stage of the game, as Guru did lose all of his queens, and no, he only has the hatchery, or the lava production from the facilities themselves, not from the spell. But what has he in store as defense? Spore Crawlers building 2 of them and 2 queens. Can he hold this Mutaflock? They aren't together. They are just 2 Mutalisks. All of the rest of the Mutalisks are defending. He tried to poke a little bit with the Mutalisks, tried to get one of the... Wee. This was a nice hit over here. So suddenly Guru looks very solid. He is up about 13 drones, and Bly tries to transition into more drones and a lair himself, but he can't defend versus these Mutalisks. He doesn't have enough queens, he doesn't have enough spores. And yeah, Guru just goes for some Banelings and walks over Bly, I would say, with the Muta support in the air. He can't really lose anymore. They're just, well, 4 queens now is okay. Does he have any transfuses? There's 1 transfuse on the queens, but he just goes for the queens with the Banelings. But no, he tries to go for the economy actually. Gets a huge hit there almost killing the spore as well. Well, there are enough transfuses, so if he would commit with the Mutalisks, he could just transfuse the spores and don't lose anything. But now there isn't any ground force for Guru stopping this little Ling run by, so he's gonna get a few drones at least, evening out the economy a little bit, slightly again, but Bly still is looking at a very grim situation. Guru in prime to take this one home for himself. Guru is transitioning now into Roach play himself, going into Roach speed, but still not making a single Roach. He is still producing, well, one more Mutalisk at least. Well, there is the second one, so he is still going into more Mutalisks. And the Bly tries to go for Hydralisks, obviously. Try to counter the Mutalisks in smaller numbers. Hydralisks work very well, especially with Queen support. But to do that, he has to get the creep out a little bit more at his base. I mean, if you want to fight the Mutalisks better with Hydralisks, obviously you're gonna use creep. But you have to be careful then again, because of Banelings. We're not gonna see any Baneling speed though from Guru, so let's see though if Bly has anything to stop this Mutaflock just from wrecking his base. The Hydralisk then isn't ready yet, 2 Hydralisks in production, 3 Queens have already been killed. He has to be careful though, not to lose too many at the Spore Crawler over here. But yeah, he shouldn't really back off. He should just kill what he can over here, force the lost mining time. And maybe even commit to a Spore or 2. He has enough Mutalisks, but he doesn't really know how much is there in production for his opponent. He just saw, oh, there are Hydralisks coming out, so I can't commit as fully as I would like to. Goes into drones himself, into the third base, is already up and running very nicely. Exaggeration is just coming over. And we have a Lurker then coming up for Bly, but is it gonna be too little too late? It certainly looks like this. I mean, we've got 60 supply to 113. Guru is in any kind of lead you can imagine. He has the upgrade lead, at least for his air units. He's gonna have even upgrades at some point for ground units. He has the tech advantage, but well, I mean, he doesn't have the he has no Lurker Den, obviously. So that's 1 point for Bly, but the supply advantage is hugely in favor of Guru. Sniping some creep there, very nice, limiting the Hydralisk potential of counter-attacking him. Chasing the Mutalisks out too far. And you can see how much the speed changes. They got plus 1.57 on the creep. This is, well, yeah, kind of like 30% faster than they are on ground on the normal ground. So they can obviously chase the Mutalisks much more easily. Okay. He's got some Overseer, so he wants to snipe some Lurker there, but well, not really committing too far. He got his Roaches in position now, trying to push in there, and gets the Spore on the front line, gets the... no, he has to commit with all of his Roaches there, but it is dangerous actually to walk into these Lurkers. Now finally goes on top of the Lurkers with his Mutalisk and pulling back there as he loses the last Overseer. He can't kill the Lurkers. He could have gone into the base, but he didn't know if there are any more Lurkers inside the main base, so he couldn't really commit twofold there. And Bly kind of stays in this game, but yeah, I mean, now the supply gap is much more worse. It is hard to break into Lurkers with Roach base armies, and yeah, you can't really burrow movement them through spores, which you forced with your Mutalisks earlier, so I kind of, well, it wasn't the best tech choice follow-up for Guru there, but it works definitely. He has some bulk of to his army with the Roaches, and Yeah, with the Mutalisks, obviously, with this big of a flock, he can easily snipe some spores. And now he can even go and he should commit to the spore though completely, but now snipes all of the Hydralisks, the last spore, and all of the tech is exposed now. GG. Guru takes this one back and ties this up 2-2.